select.
Okay, so my name is Roman. My background is scientific research. I'm a molecular biologist. Also done some psychology and neuroscience. My proposal concerns the use of AI services for scientific research, and I propose to link SingularityNET with the network that I'm working on, which is a decentralized network for collaborative scientific discovery. A little bit about what I'm building. So the traditional structure of scientific research and applying scientific method is on your right, and it basically relies on a very tight hierarchy and trusted people. So you select people and you trust them that they apply scientific method really well, and they act as gatekeepers of the research, and then they produce publication, and they throw out lots of publications into this big cloud, which is very poorly organized. And recently there have been a lot of crises associated with the cloud, with the knowledge that exists there. It's not reproducible, and it's not reliably linked or structured. So my basic proposal is to focus around a very rigid knowledge graph and have a very flat hierarchy and have validation protocols that govern that graph, and basically anyone can contribute anywhere from anywhere to the research. To look at more detail, so you have a graph in which the body of researchers reach consensus. I have designed some protocols on how to reach this consensus that include validation, computation, analysis, and some incentives aligned in the progression of scientific discovery. So my network exists at the moment for the actors that are mainly humans, but obviously AIs can be actors on that network as well. And I'm trying to find a good way how to involve the AI actors. And SingularityNET seems to be a good possibility because you want access to AIs that's not centralized, that you can rely they will be there and will not disappear. So where in this scheme would AIs go? They can be either in this cloud with the humans, or we can put them into the protocols, which we call modules that I described, which would govern how AIs will interact between the Singularity from SingularityNET onto the and make their actions onto the network of knowledge. So to build that, we propose to build a module around a particular use case, which is taking historic literature that normally exists and resolving it into a very granular graph and resolving all the dependencies and redundancies from there, for which you need an NLP AI service that can create such a graph. And then it will be interacting or put into exist in the network of knowledge that I described, over which the human actors can collaborate using the protocols that we have. So the milestones for that, we need to deploy the network, then find and adapt an NLP. I have checked SingularityNET and I couldn't see a service that already exists there, so it needs to be deployed there. Then we will design a protocol and build the protocol that will link the two networks, and that would involve interacting between the AIs and the network, requesting the services from the network onto the SNET, and the transactional integration between the two networks. Then finally we will deploy the network. We will deploy the module and run this particular use case by taking a historic literature in some domain, acquiring a community. We're thinking about 10-15 labs that will make maybe about 60 to 150 people, and resolving this, producing this very nice graph that would between the AI and human actors. Sorry?
You have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Questions. So
to quickly finish, so the short-range outcomes of the project will be NLP deployment. There will be open source protocols and modules that will exist. There will be scientific publication, a graph as an object of science, and the long range. This will be a path that can be followed and deployed and build around for other AI services, not just the NLP. And you can extend the use cases and onboard other communities. We will onboard one in the course of this project. And here is our team. That's me that have designed the system, and also I have a backup of quite a lot of people on the technical side. Let's say that's it for right now.
Nice. Thank you, Roman. Cool.